Alrighty, what is up, everybody? Hope everyone's doing well. Um, Today is September 3rd. Nope, just kidding. It's the 4th. Dang. September. That's nuts. Well, anyway, yeah, so this week was super good. Last Monday, we had a super sweet family home evening with our investigators, Maricela and Eloy. They live right behind some members named the Aguilar family, and they're like, the dad's a recent convert, and so are a couple of the kids. They got baptized in Texas and then just moved here like about a month ago, and they moved in right next door to these people who are not members, and they were like, hey, you should go talk to them. So we did, and now we're teaching them, and we had a family home evening with them at the members' home, and it was so cool. We showed up at like 7, and the dad was not there. He was going to get some pan from the panaderia. He was getting some Mexican like dessert bread kind of stuff. I don't know how else to explain it. So he showed up a little bit late, so we got started late. But yeah, so like Maricela and her husband and her 2 kids were there. They're just little. They're like 4 and 2, I think. Their names are Dylan and Jennifer. Dylan and Jennifer. They're super cute little kids. Dylan is always super tired, and he's always just like, let's see. In lessons, he is just running around crazy, but then at church, he just passes out, and he just sleeps the whole time. So it's pretty funny. But yeah, so the family meeting was super good. We talked about the Book of Mormon and what it does for us and stuff. And Maricela and Eloy were super excited to read it. It was cool too because Maricela, she knew it was happening. Like, we had it all planned out and everything. And she made cheesecake and then this other kind of cake stuff. But cheesecake takes a long time to bake. Like, you don't just make that really quick. It takes a lot of time, and it was kind of cool that she put in that amount of time and effort just to have like a little dessert after the FHE. So that was super cool. Yeah, and it was bomb cheesecake too. Anyway, so the lesson went really well, and then we played just some games after. We played the poison frog game, where you pick a couple people to be frogs, and then someone has to go out of the room. Well, someone goes out of the room, then you pick 2 people to be frogs, or 3, without everyone else knowing who the frogs are. It's like you put your heads down, and then someone chooses. And then the person comes in the room, and then the people who are frogs have to stick their tongue out while looking at the other people, and like make eye contact. They have to make eye contact, stick their tongue out, and then those people, if that happens to them, then they die, and they have to like make a dramatic noise and like die all dramatically. And the person in the middle has to try and catch who the frogs are, and he can like turn around and like look and stuff, try and catch them, and then the frogs try to kill everybody before they get caught, and it's super funny. But yeah, we played that. It was a lot of fun, and then we played a couple other games, and they had tons of fun. And then on Wednesday, we went back to go teach Maricela and Eloy, and we knocked on their door, and no one was answering. And then we turned around, and the member, Herman Aguilar, was like, "Hey, elders, we're in here." And then like Maricela and Eloy were just chilling in their house, hanging out. And they're like, "Oh, you guys coming for the lesson?" And we're like, "Yeah." And then they're like, "Oh, you want to do it in here?" And we're like, "Sure." So we go in the member's house, and we just read the Book of Mormon with them. So that was super cool, and they really, really liked it. Maricela told us Maricela was kind of shy and timid, And the member was like, yeah, Maricela was telling me how she's so excited to read the Book of Mormon, so excited to come to church and stuff. She's super excited. It's going to be awesome. And so, yeah, that was really cool. And then on Friday, Maricela and her kids came to the Book of Mormon class. Her husband did not. He was working, I think. But they came to the Book of Mormon class. Maricela loved it. And afterwards, we played chair soccer. And it was super fun. She was actually playing and just like laughing and having a good time. It was super cool. So Maricela and Ela are doing well. We're hopefully going to try and put them on date this week. But yeah. So let's see, the Reynosa family. They still are praying for which day in September to be baptized. They're on date for October 10th, but they want to be baptized sooner, so they're praying to choose a day in September. So we're still waiting on that, and but they're doing all right. They're still reading and stuff, but we're just trying to help them like really commit, because they kind of make a lot of excuses for some things. So we're just trying to help them see that it's like you got to be all in, you know. So that's what we're going to be working on with them this week. See what happens. Hopefully we can have a new date by the end of the week. We found a couple other cool people this week. On Friday night, I think it was. Friday or Saturday night. It was like 8:15, and our plans fell through. We didn't know what to do. And we're just like, okay, where should we go? And we were going to go by Danya, but then she was not home, so we're like, okay, let's go by Gilberto. Gilberto is a dude that Elder Walker and Elder King found about a month ago, and he was super cool, but we haven't been able to teach him since. It was just the one lesson. They taught him the restoration, and he loved it, but haven't been able to talk to him since. So we decided to go over to his house. So we go over there, and he let us in. We're talking with him, and when his wife got home from work, it was like 8:30 at this point, and we were just like, hey, do you want to talk with us as well? And she's like, sure. So she sits down, talks with us, and we got talking about the Book of Mormon, and we explained like what the Book of Mormon was and talked about it a little bit, and then she's like, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but like, where can I get one of these books? Because I really, really want one. And we're like, dang, okay. So we just gave her, we just handed her one because we had a bunch of them. So we gave her a Book of Mormon, and she was super excited, and then we were still talking and stuff, but she was like reading in it before, while we were still talking. She was already reading in it. She was looking in the introduction. She was looking in the title page. She even went back to the Guide to the Scriptures and was looking at the timeline of the Book of Mormon. She was just examining it. She asked us a couple questions, just who are the Nephites and stuff like that. She was already getting into it, and it was super sick. Lately we've been talking a lot about the power of the Book of Mormon and what it can do for us, and just the actual power that it has. I think that was a good example. We talked about it, and she could already feel something that drew her to the book. And that was super cool to see, right in front of our eyes. It was sick. So we set up an appointment to go back with them. So that would be cool. Their names are Gilberto and Roselia, I think. Yeah, Roselia. But they're some cool people. Transfers were this week. Transfer week was crazy. I'm gonna run through it real quick. So Tuesday night, we had to go move a bunk bed into one of this apartment where 3 sisters were getting tripled into. one sister training 2 new missionaries. So we were taking a bunk bed over there. We took it apart from our apartment, took it over there, and turns out the base of the bed was too big to be able to get it up the stairwell up to the apartment because it was upstairs. And we were like, oh crap, what are we going to do? So we go outside and we look, and they have a balcony. So what we did was Elder Walker helped me get it above my head. And mind you, this base of the bed is pretty heavy. We were pretty impressed with ourselves after doing this. But we got it above my head, and I was holding it while he ran upstairs to pull it up. And there were some sisters there helping us because one of the sisters used to live in that apartment like a couple weeks ago, and she was helping us like get everything ready. And so they were up there. They held it and balanced it while like kind of held it, and then he ran upstairs, grabbed it, then I went upstairs and we pulled it up and put it inside. And so that was super crazy. Then we put it together. It turns out the bed was broken and we couldn't glue it with wood glue like we thought we were going to be able to. So we ended up having to go back Wednesday morning before transfers. We had to leave here at 2, mind you. And this was like at 11:30. We had to go and put the bed together. We had to leave here at 2 to go to Quincy to get all the missionaries. So we're putting the bed together. We decided to duct tape it. So we duct taped all the bed together, got it all set up, got the apartment set up and ready, and then went and grabbed some lunch. And while all of this was happening, by the way, the car that we were supposed to drive down to Quincy was not starting, or even like the key remote would not even work to unlock the car because the car was completely dead. So some elders were working on it, trying to get it going. They ended up getting it jumped by a Les Schwab dude, and then they went to Les Schwab, had it tested, found out nothing was wrong with it, got it back to the church at like 1:55, just in time to leave to Quincy. So we got there, got Elder Buchanan loaded up in the transfer van. We got in the Ford Fusion that we drove down to Quincy, which was sick, by the way. It's a 2017 or 2016 Ford Fusion, super nice. Definitely recommend it. And we drove down to Quincy, got all the missionaries, got everyone loaded up, came back up to Wenatchee, got everything unloaded, got everyone to their areas, made sure everything was good, and yeah, it was super crazy. And then Thursday, I don't even remember what happened. We had a meeting, and it was actually really good. And then we had to go take a dresser to the sister's apartment. We had to do all this other stuff. And it was crazy. This week, we pretty much had not very much time to proselyte, so that was hard. We didn't get to see a lot of people, but yeah, it was a crazy week. But transfers are all settled in. We have 21 missionaries in the zone. 7 of them are greenies, so that's pretty crazy. There's a lot of new missionaries. Yeah, we're excited for this transfer. Tomorrow, we will be going down to Yakima for Super MLC. Usually MLC is just the zone leaders, the STLs, and the APs and president. But Super MLC is all of them plus all of the district leaders in the mission. So we have that tomorrow. So we get to drive down, all 7 of us, in the van down to Yakima tomorrow. So that'll be fun. And then, yeah, this week was good. I don't think anything else too crazy happened. We found a mini fridge on the side of the road, so we picked that up. It was for free. Don't know what we're going to do with it yet. It's just sitting in my room. Don't know what we are going to do, but we'll see what happens. Yep, that was pretty much our week. Things are going well up here in Wenatchee. Can't believe I only have like 5 weeks left. Kind of makes me sick, but yeah, so talk to you later. Bye.